Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. Like what you see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager 2018. It's Career Mode, episode number 60. 2019 edition's been out for a little over a week. For me, I'm still recording the day before that release, trying to get things down ahead of time. But for you, here on release date, it is also the first day of this year's Tour de France. So a lot of excitement for that. Of course, the game coming out just in time before that release as well. And with the Tour of Britain coming up, really excited for this one. We are looking for a stage win. Sponsorship-wise, of course, doesn't really matter at this point, but this is our last stage race of the year. Stage 3 will be a bit of a challenge. Stage 4, sprint, but a little bit punchy at the end, as is Stage 5. Stage 6, slightly. Stage 7 as well. Stage 8, a short time trial. So really just the climb on Stage 3 will separate the field. It was Gaviria who managed to take it in the last season ahead of Matthews, so real surprising that Gaviria was able to get to the top of that, still in the main group, ahead of somehow Sergio Henao. 18 kilometers left in Stage 1. We're at Liverpool for this one, in the heart of the city, and it is time to form up our sprint train. We still have a little bit of distance to cover, so it's not going to happen all at once. Now, my overall hope is definitely Conchi, but Veldeman has some hope and can sprint a little bit. So we're going to put Conchi behind Veldeman. Veldeman then could maybe get a minor placing. But then we have the decision of Bax or Gouillard for the sprint. So Gouillard technically is a -1, but you can see his fitness is 97, so it actually counterbalances. We're looking at an 81 for a sprint today, but a 72 on the acceleration. Meanwhile, Bax is at that 77, 77, good sprint level, even zeros. It's really hard to decide kind of how to do that because Gouillard's got the top speed, but he has so much trouble getting up to that speed, and he runs out of stamina so fast. So I might try to kind of double it and maybe sprint with Bax and Gouillard in tow for just a little bit. Stay in tow and then come off on his own over the top at the end. Worth a shot, I guess. But that also means we just have 1, 2, 3 lead out guys. Means we need to save it for a bit. So not making a move yet, we're just getting in position. Simpson, we're going to let him kind of ride out on the side. He always wants to tuck in, so as soon as I let go. Breakaway group still away, 4 riders, 30 seconds, but now with that final sprint point, they'll probably be reeled in here any moment.
That's the end of the breakaway. The pack gave them no chance. Well, we can see that the pack is
okay, there's a little bit of an acceleration. 13K. Wait, how many? Just 3 lead out guys. I need 3K, about maybe 6.5, 7K, which means about 10K. So for now, we wait. Go ahead, Simpson. Almost time to go here. Where the pace just kind of came out a little bit. So 96, there we go. We start our move. Garrison ready. Simpson pretty strong lead out here for him. Got it down to 6.5K, so Garrison going 97. He's not lasting long. Garrison is suffering from a virus.
The riders are entering the last 5 kilometers
Down to
of the stage.
5K. Bull needs to get us for about 2 of those. Back's ready. There we go, backs. Oh. A little late on that. Okay, backs is going to sprint.
The riders are setting themselves up.
Whoa, way too close to the line here. Did not do that right, but Bax is in position right now. Can he hold it? He's got enough energy to hold it, but can he hold the position? We could have our stage win right here with Bax, who is that better sprinter in many ways over Gouillard. Oh, here comes Rolance. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it. Yes. Stage 1. Objective met. Bonifazio, 2nd. Rolance, 3rd. Trentin, 4th. Eiking, 5th. Van Rensburg. Gouillard, only 7th for him, but that was my bad. That was not him. He didn't struggle. I was still focused on Bax at that point, trying to time his sprint. His worked out. I was trying to get that little toe for Gouillard, but I sent Gouillard too late on his own sprint. Otherwise, he was just trying to hang on the wheel of Bax. And you can see right here, he is. He's right on his wheel. My other guys get cut off, but he's there. You can see even now he's still not sprinting. Now he sprints. Now he tries to come out from behind the wheel and doesn't even move from the spot. There you go. Bax wins the sprint. Stage win. That's a big one. That'll be objective met already. Quite a few stages left to go still. Forming up now with 16 kilometers to go. Simpson trying to bring it up to the front. He was a little bit far back compared to the others. He's got some work to get into position. This stage a little bit different from the last in that, well, there's a bit of a punchy climb before the end and a fair amount of uphill work distance to cover. But we're coming up now on the breakaway group. They're about to be reeled in. And we got Bauer and Mitchelton Scott trying to attack, do some damage themselves. We get Garrison ready to go here. It's down to 11K already, but this uphill section is definitely going to stretch the field. Under 10K to go. And here's that hill.
Teammates of the main sprinters are not handing out
Garrison, I want this side of the road. It's not cooperating. About to pass the steepest section. Bull's going to take over here. Guys are done. Some damage being done to the field, but no splits, not officially yet, as we go over the top. It's going to turn Bax into a lead-out man for Gouillard at the rate that we're going here, even though he's in the yellow jersey. $3K to go. $2K to go. Bax is going to start his sprint. And now we all sprint. Gouillard's off the wheel slightly. 100 meters to go. Mitchelton Scott all over this one, but there's Gouillard and his speed. He's up to 2nd, but will he get first? I don't think so. He does not. Gibson hangs on just over
in the
Gouillard.
sprint of the strongman.
Matteo Trentin in third there. Veldeman ninth, Conchi 10th.
Back markers who appear to be fairly numerous in this difficult race.
I could have gone a little bit earlier with Gouillard, it looks. From the energy, it was hard to tell with the downhill how strong, how much of an effect that was going to have. Veldeman and Conchi both inside the top 10 with Gouillard. Bax does fall back after that lead out though to 29th, but he won't lose any time. He should still be in the jersey, possibly. There you go. So Bax with Gibson, who won this stage. Gouillard with Bonifazio in second. Well, third, fourth. Trentin, Rolands, fifth and sixth. And then on to the rest of the field. And we're down to 121 contenders. Okay, they didn't give the time splits that were there at the end of that one. Conchi hits a fitness peak. Ian Garrison recovering from his virus. Looking a bit better. We did have the race here, one day, flat stage race. Marini took fourth in that one. And small payout, but still, job done. Chris Froome leading the Vuelta over Nairo Quintana and Geraint Thomas. This will take us into stage number 3 now. And stage number 3 is the punchy hilltop finish. So this is the one that will ultimately decide the overall, depending on who's still there at the end of this one. Basically, whoever wins this stage has a very good chance of taking the overall. Here's Chris Hamilton as a favorite. Final 14 kilometers on this one. We've just gone up and over a little hill, and then we're going to be heading on to the final stretch with the final climb, and it's going to be about 5 or 6 kilometers in length. So it's not super long, but it's very steep. Excuse me. So what we're going to do is we're going to set everyone to, I don't know, 6K. 92. Set everyone to a 92. Now, Bax is in the leader's jersey and actually is okay on hills. So he's going to get a free toe at the back instead of getting him all used up. Now, Conchi's our main guy. So Conchi, he's going to go. And we're going to go old school because it's only 6 kilometers. I'm going to do this a little bit different. We're going to do it like a sprint stage, but we're going to just try to attack this hill as best we can. So Conchi's the main guy that we're working for. Veldeman then in front of him. Simpson is the next best on hills. Then from there, it's going to be either Garrison. He's a 65 bull. Today is a 66. Garrison is the one who's sick and not feeling well, so we'll go ahead and just have him go first. Okay, I'm going to try to get up near the front here.
10 kilometers to the finish line.
9.5K to go. This gets us out front without really burning any energy. Good. Everybody's there. leading the climb. Garrison not losing much at all here. So Gouillard, we're going to get him ready. Garrison, I think we can put our head down and push a little harder. We're almost to the base of the climb here. So this is not a normal tactic, but because of the punchy, short nature, I mean, here's the 5K banner already.
5 kilometers to the finish line.
So it's actually just under 5 kilometers. Now he's going to lose energy quick, but looking at everybody else, they're not dropping off from his effort. So a 91 is okay, a 92, yeah. So Garrison done. Get Bull ready. Now a 92 here for Gouillard is hurting Bull a bit. I don't know if that's because of his speed. Probably not so much. But you've got to attack it relatively hard because we're already down to 3K. And actually, here comes the contenders. You're going to stay there. Simpson, go 95. We need somebody who can actually attack this hill a little bit. 2K to go. Veldeman is struggling behind him, but Conchi's still there. Bax is still there. $1.2K. Come on, Conchi. Bax is done, so it's all Conchi. It's all Conchi. Conchi looking for maybe second place behind Sosa. Sprint over the top. Third place, maybe.
This win is
Ivan Sosa for the win. Pogacar second. Conchi takes third. Not bad. Iking fourth. Here comes Bax and Veldeman.
through sheer willpower. This stage was a real strength sapper.
Top 15 for the both of them. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Chris Hamilton,
The race highlights
8th.
that we've selected for you.
Ivan Sosa was a little strong out there for the rest of us, but he didn't have a massive margin, but it'll put him into the lead for sure. 14 seconds clear. Feldman and Bax. Next one's on time. Everybody else here on same time, and then you got a big group at 54. So general, how's that looking now? Conchi third overall. Pogacar and Sosa. Those top 13. There's Bax in 14th. Feldman 17th. They're still in a good place. Still in a pretty good place. The rest is all sprint stages besides the final stage. But you look at 4, it's a little punchy. 5's got that little punch. 6, a little less. 7's definitely punchy. So there could still be some time splits here and there. Now let's go ahead and take a moment to get an update on how things are looking. Quick Step, top team. You got 10 that are 4.5 stars or above. That's actually a pretty solid number. 17 are 4 stars or above. Seems like that's going to end up being the cutoff, is about 4 stars. Right now, it's UAE Team Emirates that face the possibility of being dropped. A lot of good Continental Pro teams up here. 3.5 stars and above. That's 30 now. We're at 33rd, which has not changed over the last, week? 3 stars should be about safe. Still a few teams that are 2.5 stars that are ranked right now. We'll come back to that in a second. First off, some individual standings, not something I look at very often. I usually focus on the team. But Nairo Quintana leading the World Tour over Tom Dumoulin. Jesus Herrada leading the Continental rankings. But my team as a whole has been really good. So Veldeman, Vervecchi, Marini, and Conchi all in the top 10. I have 4 riders in the top 10. Osorio is 20th. Bax is 41st. Gouillard's 56th. Those guys are late bloomers this season. In terms of super prestige, Veldeman is 43rd. Not bad. Not bad for him. Now, the teams list, this is going to be what's really important first for us. Maybe we should look at it this way. Hold on. We'll go transfers. Okay, so we're going from 14 to 17 riders. We're gaining strength in time trial. We're going to be slightly stronger in GC, a little bit less strong in cobble as we're losing Van Hemlen. But still, stronger team ultimately, especially with 3 more riders coming in. It's not Chris Hamilton, it's Lucas Hamilton that's joining us. So Lucas Hamilton coming to the team, a 74 climber. That's 76th in the mountains. Will be a nice boost to the team. And an okay time trialist. Veldeman, Bax, Conchi, those next tier of guys, Marini and Vervecchi, Swerwell, there's Gouillard, Bull, Van Ginneken. Other new guys, DeVos, Cohen, Staples, and Fuentes. Fuentes we're picking up as one of those high potential guys, even though he's only a 67 overall. But he's already a 68 on hills, so he'll be a lot like Simpson, but he should develop pretty quickly. Could break into the low 70s, at least on hills, quite early on. So just 5 new riders coming to the team. But we are growing by 3. Now going back to search here for a second. This is the riders that remain unsigned entering next season. So first kind of down the list, you can see there's a lot of riders that are in that 70, 71. Now we're up to 73 range. 73 riders can impact what you have. 72 and below aren't going to really change much, but about 73 and above are going to have an impact on your ranking. You see, there's still quite a few 73 riders left. And these are the top riders that are left. So we have just a few guys that are 74s, including Van Hemlen is unsigned so far. And we have just 175 left in Skujins. So none of these guys are going to make a massive difference to rankings. Skujins is going to have an impact for someone. But then we're looking at a small handful of 74s. And that's pretty minor. That is pretty minor. So we're just about safe and secure. I wasn't really too worried, as the team is slightly better than it was this past season. So I feel pretty secure that we are staying, at this level. But it's still important to keep an eye on that. Let's go ahead and move on to that next stage. 15K to go. trying to get things set for the sprint now. Let's see. Bax is still in 14th overall, so I'm going to go ahead and give him the sprint. And actually, he is better climbing as well. And this is not a flat finish. See that there's a pretty punchy section. It's very short, but it's going to do damage for sure. Now, Simpson is well down the field, so I actually should get him start moving up. Even though we still have 14 kilometers to go.
Uh-oh, the pack is quick in the pace.
89's not even actually moving forward. 91's doing the trick. That'll get us up there where we need to be.
The riders are entering the last 10 kilometers
10K.
of the stage. The riders are closing on the last 8 kilometers of the stage, which will most likely end up in a mass sprint.
Simpson done. So 131 riders together. Under 7K to go. We still have that uphill section, so I'm still kind of nervous about how that's going to go. Let's really start pushing things. 97.
5 kilometers to the finish line.
Wow, Simpson's recovering. Our pace is that weak. Okay, this is the lead up to it. We're going to turn this corner, and that'll be the uphill section. So Veldman's going to lead us through there.
This climb is feared by many riders. The percentages are very high.
Bull's doing fine. Gouillard. I don't know if Gouillard's going to last. Bax. Bull and Gouillard are actually both struggling here. Oh, and Bax has lost the wheel. Okay, you're gonna now go 98, and you're gonna lead out Conchi. So I've got 2 to maintain now, and Feldman, back off a little, because you've done so well that you've destroyed your teammates here. Okay, where are these guys at? Now, Bax. You're going to sprint from there. We'll go 99 for Veldman's final. There you go.
And they're off. It's going to be very fast.
Okay, let's just sprint everyone from here. Bull at the front, but he's got no energy. Skyrider going to take it. Ethan Hayter. I got 2nd. I got 4th. I got 5th. 7th and 9th. And then there's a split. That's a definite split. 22 seconds down to the next group. No way those guys are going to be on the same time. Not a chance.
This stage was a real strength sapper.
So I got 5 guys into the top 9 with a 22-second gap behind us. Iking's here, Bonifazio's here. Pogacar was not. Sosa was not. They were both behind. Trentin was not. It better give me that gap, because that was a solid gap. That was more than 15 seconds after the last rider to the next rider. Boom. And then wait. Boom. Come on. Let's see that gap. Let's see that gap. Bring it on. There it is. Gap 23 seconds. Okay, now how are those standings gonna look now? Bax had to get used to get Conchi into that group, so he wasn't actually in the sprint, but they had lost the wheel anyway. These guys were too tired. Veldeman really looks like he should have been the sprinter today, as he could handle the climb, but Conchi into the race lead. Into the race lead here on stage 4, as that small time gap gets him above Sosa. And then Eiking was in that same group, but he's got a small gap ahead of him. Pogacar drops down a little bit. And then we got a big group here at 27 seconds behind. And then 34 and 44. Bax, Veldeman, 14th and 15th now. Had some nice little results in this race, huh? Same leader group, with Greipel taking that stage. And we're going to move on to stage number 5. Again, the climbing part is really done. So there's a chance that we're going to win this thing. Final 15K. Breakaway still has 45 seconds over the field. As you can see, there they are as we come around the corner. A little bit punchy just before the end again. Probably 6 to 7 kilometers out. It's only a couple kilometers worth of climbing, but it will have an impact for sure. And we'll set this up as a regular sprint. So Conchi will follow. But is it going to be Bax? Bax is in the better position now overall. So I think he's kind of taken the role away from Gouillard. Gouillard's on a -2 anyway. Garrison, we're going to start bringing forward right away. I don't need to attack too hard yet. We've definitely still got some kilometers to cover, but it's nice to get out in the open here.
And there's an attack at the front. He could go all the way.
Speed up for a little bit here. Garrison now caught in tow, but coming under 10K. Now we'll start pushing a little bit. ×2. Alright, Garrison. There's the hill. Okay, decent job from Garrison. He didn't get us well clear of the field, but he also wasn't attacking hard. Get Feldman ready. It's already down to 5K, so if we attack this one hard, we could actually get some separation. Though we're doing some damage here to Gouillard. Oh, Conchi. What are you doing back there? Alright, Gouillard, you're out of the line. Don't want to attack this too hard yet. Okay, well, Conchi's for the overall anyway. So here we go, 99, and it's downhill. How far to the finish? So, gel, sprint.
There goes the sprint. The strongmen are giving their all. You see that? You can read the pain on the faces at the back of the peloton. There's a growing number of riders left behind.
Okay, everybody. sprint. Veldeman's still up near the front, but he's running out of energy. Here comes Bax over the top, but those guys got... That downhill was difficult to navigate. Gibson takes it, Trentin second, Bax third, Nathan Haas, Seaspol, Bonifacio. Veldeman takes 8th, Conchi takes 11th, Gouillard just 17th. Gouillard, the hill was too much for him. We ride on board for the final 50 kilometers in this race. Breakaway group of 4. We still have close to 3 minutes ahead. 4 riders have gone off the back, and the serious part, well, it's not so serious, but you never know. So we're going to speed up. We're going to go times 4. If it'll let me. Somebody's trying to attack. I think from the breakaway group, going for the points. Here's where things could get a little bit interesting. Got everyone doing 86. And there are guys trying to attack it a little bit. Carboni going for points. He's 8th in that competition. He just picked up the last 2 and fell back into the group, so not a big deal there. I'm going to go a little bit harder through this one. Make sure nobody gets dropped. So as we climb this, quick look at the rankings, and something I noticed that I picked up on. So Conchi, of course, in the lead, and it is tight at the top with Sosa and Eiking, but Pogacar 21 seconds down, and then we have a whole bevy of riders at 27 seconds. Bax, after finishing 3rd in the last stage, picked up 4 bonus seconds to bring him from 34 to now 30 seconds down. 1 more 3rd place, and he's in 5th. Another stage win, and he's in 4th. So, Bax, Conchi's still the focus, but Bax has a chance to also get into the top 5. So I will definitely focus on him for the sprints here in the remaining stages. This is 6 of 8. So he's got 3 opportunities to get a top 3 placing. Something I definitely think is manageable. 23 kilometers now. Definitely some damage done to the field, but nothing severe. Most of the peloton still together. Going to the 20k banner and still riding quick. We're down to 18 kilometers now. We're going to hit this little category 3 here in a moment. And this actually might be a good opportunity to kind of set ourselves up. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that now. So 99. Conchi, of course, the protected rider, but it's Bax. And then Gouillard. Seaspol looking really good today with a +4. And Garrison, we'll push like an 89 here. Still 16 kilometers to go, and a definite uphill here in just a moment.
Wow, that's one attack that's going to leave a good view in its wake. The finish line is getting close. The riders have
Simpson, Bowl not quite in position. Veldeman not quite in position. That's already the top. Wow. Can activate Garrison a little bit more here now. 13 kilometers. Now we're trying to attack. 12k. Simpson, we're going to get you ready. Garrison's not going to last much longer. As soon as that's gone, there you go. He's going to hit the red line pretty quick. 9.5k to go. So Simpson, we're going to start pushing a little bit harder. Still, Mitchelton, Scott, Nathan Haas. Wow. Trentin. These guys are trying to attack us. Elderman, we're going to get him ready. 7.3 kilometers. Haas and Trentin trying to attack. 5.5K. Whoa, 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 whoa.
5 kilometers remaining.
4K and downhill, so get these guys ready. Gouillard, under 3K to go now. Bull, start your sprint, 1.9. Pull these guys along. Gouillard, go, go, go. Bax, go. Conchi, everybody sprint. Gouillard's out front right now, looking pretty good. Bax is there, right on cue for a potential top 3. Gouillard gonna take the stage. Bax is gonna take second. They got it. Conchi takes third. He's gonna gain some more seconds.
Waiting for the back markers, who appear to be fairly numerous in this difficult race.
14 riders right on us with Bull. I think they'll be all on the same time. There's 4 more. So that was about 20 riders. But Veldeman and Simpson, they're definitely off, and there's splits behind that. Time bonus. Conchi's going to pick up 4 more seconds to further his lead. Bax is going to pick up 6 seconds, and that'll move him into 5th place. And Gouillard wins the stage. That's a 1, 2, 3 finish on that one. So very well done by the guys. That downhill allowed me to have the confidence to sprint earlier, and it didn't use up the energy on the guys following as quickly as it would. And with 3 guys still at strength, allowed me to do that sprint a little bit further out. And so we got really good positioning. And then I got down to that final guy, Gouillard, surviving. Bax couldn't even overcome Gouillard because of his speed. Gouillard really ran that one well. But Bax, right on him, clear of everybody else, and then they pulled Conchi along with how fast they were. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. There's Bax trying to come over the top, and he gets up a little bit closer, but somehow Conchi comes out ahead of the other guys too in that sprint. Pretty crazy. So same time at the front, no surprise there. Same time following, but after 27 is where we have a time gap. So Simpson, Veldeman, Bull all on same time. They were a little ways back. They definitely were a little ways back, but that's okay. So Conchi now 7 seconds clear of Sosa, 8 of Eiking. Bax passes the entire group of 31-second guys to move into 5th place. Feldman still in 13th, 48 down. Bax now just 1/3 place away from passing Podjakar, getting into the top 4 with 2 stages left to try to do that as well. That won't make much difference, but hey, every place is more points. Also, Bax level on points, but ahead of Hayter in the points competition. Gouillard 1 point behind him, so those guys all over that. Conchi's also picked up a lot of points. Conchi leading the under 25s as well, and we have 29 seconds over EF Education First now. It's a good race. It's a really good race. We got 2 stages left to go in it, though. Oh, quick news. Vincent Van Hemlen is heading to Quick Step. Moving to the big team. Another glance at the calendar, because here's where we're at now. So we've just finished 6 stages here. So we've got 2 stages left. We also have the Bucks County and this one. So those will be taking place at the same time of the last 2 stages. We have a cobbled race. There's Van Hemlen's last chance to really do... Oh, maybe not quite last chance, because we've got Vendi as well. Well, championships Monsterland. Bourges. So there's still 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 classics, plus the last 2 Britain stages, and then the World Championships. A lot of excitement. A lot going on. Definitely still at least a couple episodes left. We'll see how many we can fit in. We'll get this done. 2 or 3 episodes to wrap up the season. The last 2 episodes, last 2 stages here in Britain, we'll have to wait for the next episode though, as I am out of time. But it's definitely looking more and more likely that Conchi is going to hang on for the win. And now it's a matter of how high can Bax climb, as he's already surpassed a big group to go from 14th to 5th. Current results isn't going to have changed much as we're still in this race, but as a team, still there, 16th. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe, and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. We're ahead of Trek. Bye for now.